Hi everyone, like I told in the previous video that we are going to do some other sources of finance very soon. So let's start with the commercial banks on the first hold. Now what are commercial banks and why are these a very important source of finance? We've already talked about commercial banks in the business services when we talked about banking. Now, commercial banks provides us the same services. It provides us the services of discounting of bill, allied services. It provides us services of selling of the shares to the business and so many other kind of personalized services to individuals. Now, when we are talking about commercial banks, we are going to discuss out here the merits and demerits. Different types of accounts we've already discussed, services we've already discussed, functions we've already discussed. So now, right now we're going to discuss about is the merits and demerits of commercial banks. Banks extend loans to firms of all sizes. All kind of business firms take loan from the bank. They provide loan for various purposes like long term, short term and medium term. We've already discussed this. Long term is above 5 years, medium term is 1 to 3 years, short term is up to 1 year. The rate of interest charged by bank depends upon the characteristics of firm, that what kind of a firm it is, like it's a large scale firm, small scale firm, is it a manufacturing firm, or it's just or an organization which is just doing a little part of processing or making just a small component, what kind of a firm it is, and level of interest rates in the economy, whatever is decided by the RBI and whatever the interest rate going on in the economy, that according to that the interest rate is charged by the commercial bank for the as a rate of interest for the loan extended. The borrower is required to provide some security or create a charge on the assets. You have to mortgage some kind of an asset for getting a loan from commercial bank. The loan is repaid either in lump sum or installments. So when you pay the loan, you can just pay at one go also, or you can pay it in installments. Of course, the rate of interest for installments is more than when you pay in the lump sum. Now, bank credit is not a permanent source of finance. Very clear. Yes, it is not a permanent source of finance. Whether you borrow for long term, medium term or short term, you have to pay back the money which you have borrowed from the bank. That is, you have to pay back the interest along with the principal amount, or rather you have to pay back the principal amount along with the interest. So, it's not a permanent source of finance. Bank credit is extended for long, medium and short period. Whatever may be the duration, it is to be paid back, hence it is not a permanent source. Next, we come to the merits. Timely help. Bank provides the loan. When you go and you want to borrow from bank, it provides the money or the fund whenever you need it. So, it's readily available. Banks provide timely help to business by providing funds as and when needed. So, as and when needed is a right criteria we are talking about. Maintains secrecy. Banks keeps the information provided to it confidential, therefore maintaining secrecy. Nobody can know about what is there in your bank account. It is purely the relationship between the bank and the customer. Less formalities. Formalities like issue of prospectus and writing are not required, therefore easier source of finance. Yes, you may require at the time when you're submitting your project, some kind of details are required, but not as extensive as when you raise funds from in form of equity or debentures. Then you have, when you are raising fund from the capital market, you have to issue a prospectus, and formation of company is a very extensive it's a proper process you have to go through. So, the formalities are comparatively less. Flexible source. The loan amount can be easily increased as per the business needs and can be repaid in advance when funds are not needed. We just discussed out here that you can pay it in lump sum or you can pay it in installments. So, if you don't need that loan anymore and you have enough of cash, you can just simply repay, and that would be a easier way to give your loan back. Merits. Next we come to is demerits. Uncertain renewal. Why? Funds are generally available for short period and its extension or renewal is uncertain and difficult. Why is it uncertain or difficult? Because sometimes bank may not give you permission to renew or extend the loan beyond the time they have already given to you for. Like suppose they have given you a bank loan for 3 years, they may not extend it beyond 3 years, whatever may be the case. Difficult procedure. Banks make detailed investigation of the company's affairs, sometimes may ask for security of assets and personal sureties. Yes, They do a proper investigation about your authenticity first. Second, they may ask you for the security of assets, they ask you for mortgaging something, and they ask personal surety. Somebody who's already known to you in the bank, they ask that person to be the surety. In case if you are unable to give back the loan, the surety is questioned by the bank that you had provided the surety for this particular person, he has not paid the loan back, just get him back to us or you pay the loan. That is why many people who have walked off with the money from India abroad doing a forgery of a very huge amount, the sureties have been in question, and that is the reason why they paid. Wherever the sureties were involved, that amount was actually paid back, rest is still left. Restrictive clauses. Sometimes banks impose difficult terms and conditions for the grant of loan, which makes normal working difficult. Like for example, there are some restrictive clauses. Bank imposes, or financial institution, they impose restrictive clauses. They don't give you easy payout of dividends. Then in case if you have mortgaged some kind of goods, they don't allow you to sell it immediately. They keep the power of attorney with themselves for the land or building which you have given as security. So that becomes a big problem for the business firm. These are the merits and demerits of commercial banks. Next we'll talk about is financial institution. Once again, we'll just quickly recap. Business bank provides timely help to business by providing funds when needed. So we have tick mark this. Bank keep the information provided to it confidential, so secrecy is maintained. Formalities like issue of prospectus and underwriting is not required, done. The loan amount can be easily increased as per the business need and can be repaid in advance, so you can do so. Uncertain renewal, because sometimes it's for short period, then extension or renewal is not possible. It wants detailed investigation, one, and sometimes may ask for security of the asset, two, and may ask for personal securities, another point. And restrictive clauses, so it may, like for example I told you, sale of mortgage goods. Why I did this again with you, because we need to recap and know exactly what exactly are we talking about. Here I have said loan amount can be easily increased as per the business needs and can be repaid in advance when funds are not required, flexible source. And here I am saying uncertain renewal. Both the possibilities are there. For some cases, in some times the banks does this and sometimes banks behaves like this. So both the aspects are there, that's why it's taken in merits as well as limitations. After talking about the commercial banks, we come to financial institution, commonly known as development banks. There are a variety of financial institutions which provide industrial development to the various kind of when we talk about the country and we talk about the industrial development, the financial institutions come out and extend their help in form of long-term and medium-term loans. So we are going to discuss about the financial institutions right now. Financial institutions, the government established number of financial institutions all over the country to provide finance to business organizations. These are established by state and central government. These provide both owned and borrowed capital. Duration is long term and medium term. The aim is at promoting, these aim at promoting the industrial development of a country and are called development banks. So if I ask you a question, what is the other name for financial institution? The other name for financial institution is nothing else but development banks. Now, the services they provide, the development banks or the financial institutions, are financial assistance, that we know that they provide finance, conduct market surveys so that the business firm can actually continue its business activities in context of whatever they are trying to sell. Then provide technical help, any kind of technological help required, provide managerial help, management consultancy, expansion, modernization and reorganization. So they talk about expanding, modernization and reorganization of the business in case required. So this is all about the financial institution, starting with the merits, and we have examples out here: IFCI, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, UTI, Unit Trust of India. These are the examples of development banks. There are many more, ICICI, so many banks are there, but these are what development banks are known as. Starting with the merits, these provide long-term finance which are not provided by commercial banks. Commercial banks do provide long-term loans, but then out of a lot of formalities and after a very long time, and you must have a very good goodwill in the market, reputation in the market. But financial institution, if they provide you loan, that means you already possess a very good goodwill. These organizations provide managerial, financial, technical advice and consultancy. So they provide, like I've told you, services provided, they provide you finance, they provide you technological help, and they provide you managerial consultancy. Obtaining funds from financial institutions increases the goodwill of the borrowing company in the capital market. Why? Because they don't lend money easily to any kind of organization. So if your organization is able to borrow from financial institution, you really hold a very good goodwill, reputation in the market. Repayment of loans can be made in easy installment. It does not prove burden on the business. Yes, it's easier because you can pay in the installments. Like I told you in the previous video, in the previous topic, we talked about commercial banks and we talked about how money can be paid in the lump sum or all together. Here also you can pay it in the lump sum or that is all together or in installments. So there also you could pay it in lump sum or in installments. Here also you can pay in lump sum or installments. The funds are made available even during period of depression when other finance is not available, when other companies refuse to give you finance. Financial institution, if they are providing you finance, your company is really good. Demerit. Financial institution follow right criteria for grant of loans. That means their procedure is very technically right. They go according to the rigid rules and prescriptions given by the laid down by the state government or the central government. That is why it's a demerit. Too much of excessive following a procedure makes it very strenuous to get that kind of loan. So too many formalities make the procedure time consuming and expensive. I've just segregated the points. These were together, but I've segregated. Why? First is that they follow a very rigid procedure. Second is this procedure becomes very time consuming and expensive. So that's also a limitation. Then there are some restrictive clauses, like when you talk about payout of dividend. These what financial institution do is that they send one person in the board of director of the company which company has borrowed, and this person on the board of director, he is the one who gives you actual and real permission whether you can pay out the dividend or not. So restrictive clauses like on payment of dividend restriction can be imposed, and also sometimes financial institution may have their nominees on the board of directors of the borrowing company, thereby restricting powers of the company, like in sale of the assets, some kind of assets. They would always say first return our money and then go ahead with any kind of expansion program or any other purpose. So these were the demerits, merits, as well as examples: suitability, services provided, what is the other name, then it is for long, medium term, kind of finance available, state, central government, and the financial institutions. So all we have done till now is retained earning, public deposit, trade credit, commercial bank, financial institutions. We are going to talk about very important and very special topic in the next video, that is about equity shares. Till then, bye bye.